Hi, JCDS families. It's Pat Walker here with Tonya Elstein, and we're here to thank you for partnering with us. We are so grateful for all that you're doing to help your children and our children learn remotely. We want to thank you for the surveys that you completed last week. They are so helpful to us. Thank you for the many helpful suggestions that you've given us. We are delighted to find that for over 90% of you, the schedules are working, the remote learning is working. So we know that what we're doing is helping families, helping students, and that's our hope. We will continue to survey you. We encourage you to continue to let us know. Let teachers know individual things that might help us on a broader spectrum, what might help, but we thank you. I asked Tonya to be with us because we wanted to talk to you just a little bit about the systematic, careful way that we've approached this remote learning. It's new for all of us, as it is for you, but it's new for us as well. And we wanted to talk a little bit about how we approached it and what we continue to do to make it even better. Tonya?
Yes. Hi, Pat. Thank you so much. You know, always safety and security are our most important parts that we need to be careful of with children, especially because we're educating from 3-year-olds to 12-year-olds. So safety and security, top priority in everything we do. Next is meaningful learning. And so we wanted to, as you said, approach this very cautiously and systematically so that we could make sure we kept children safe, we're keeping them secure, we're making sure we're continuing with meaningful learning. We also wanted to consider what our teachers could do in their homes. We wanted to make sure that we consider what our families could do. And so, first I want to say a huge shout out to all of our families that are in the healthcare industry. Thank you so much for what you're doing for everyone that needs your help right now. We are so grateful to you. And with that, Pat, we knew that all of us were going to need to be flexible through this, and this was just so new for us. So with all of those things that we considered, we began with videos first. And so videos allowed families to have flexibility. They allowed them, if they needed to watch them at 7 in the morning, we made sure they were available the night before. If they needed to watch them at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they were going to be there. They allow children to hit pause if they need to think about something or to rewind or to try a math problem. So we are so grateful that we started with videos, and that gave us kind of that slow introduction and allowed families time to get in a rhythm and allowed our teachers time to get in a rhythm. And then, after the videos, we knew from the beginning that we were going to be going to a live platform. But we knew that we wanted to give it just a little bit of time to make sure we solidified, all those other things that we just talked about. So when we decided to go to Zoom, we started with, individuals, small groups. Some teachers are now going to large group, and we're just so grateful for all that everyone is doing through that. I do want to say, Pat, though, that I don't feel like it's going to ever be our intention to do like our Zoom classes 3 times a day, because that's not what we do when we're at school. Teachers only stand before the students for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then the children break off into collaborative groups or go work on a project or try something on their own, and then they come back and meet, with their friends or with their teacher. And so I want to say that we are so proud at the way we have approached this new learning for everybody. I feel like we've considered the children, we've considered the families, we've considered our teachers, and that we are just so proud of the way that we have approached this.
And Tonya, that brings us to schedules and scheduling. We want to make sure that schedules work for families. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from teachers, and we've also learned a lot from the students themselves. Can you address schedules just a tad?
So schedules, Pat, first of all, I want to say, I mentioned meaningful learning. And so in everything that we do, we want to make sure that we are continuing with meaningful learning. That is the most critical part that we do at JCDS. And part of that meaningful learning is that we have to give our brains breaks. So, you can approach this remote learning in two ways. One that's scheduled and throughout the day, and one where you can complete everything in 3 or 4 hours. And so we just want to continue to encourage families to, in order to make this successful, to have schedules. And so, sit down and work for 30 or 45 minutes and then get up and take a brain break. That brain break might be your specialist video. It might be a PE video. It might be a snack. But that's how we're all going to be successful in this, because we all need time to continue to process. And, we just want to continue to encourage families to reassess what works for their children and what's working for them, because this is all new for all of us. And we are just so grateful, as we continue to evolve, for those families that are so supportive and offering us feedback. And I want everyone to know that it is our priority to be the best at this, and with that, we're going to continue to make changes as they come.
Thank you, Tonya. Thank you. We talk a lot about schedules, and we know that those are hard for all of us right now. We get in a rhythm. I know I do. I get in a rhythm and I think, this is my new normal. Something changes. We alter schedule. For those of you working outside the house, and particularly, as Tonya said earlier, our medical professionals, we know that this is very difficult. Reach out to us if you have special needs. Reach out and let us know how we can best help you and support your child. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.